Hi, welcome to English 202 Intro to Technical Communication. I'm Dr. Jen Millette, and I'll be your instructor for the semester. The purpose of this video is to give you an introduction to who I am as your instructor, so you have a sense of who's on the other side of the screen from you, as well as provide a brief overview of the course and some of the course ideas, and an overall navigation of the Blackboard site that we'll be using for the entire semester. So first, a little about me. I'm an assistant professor of English, and I teach technical communication at the undergraduate and graduate level. This is my second year here at Boise State, and I really enjoy living here in Boise. It's a really great place to live. I came from the University of Arkansas, which is in the northwest corner of the state. Much more humid in the south, not as fun to be outside as it is here, even when it's a little smoky, which is not as fun. I enjoy being outside quite a bit. I hike, run, and I often bike to campus as my primary form of communication when I'm not teaching this course online. In addition, I do research, and I research science and engineering communication. I've actually been working on a communication project with the electrical engineering department, so I've been working closely with the instructor of ECE 380. And I like to incorporate a lot of that interest into how I teach the class and the examples I use, and how I approach the course overall. If you're not in the sciences, however, it doesn't mean that this course will be not relevant to you. The way I approach this class is that it is meant to allow you to explore how writing will fit into your academic discipline, as well as the writing you'll be asked to do as a professional outside of the field. So there's a lot of flexibility and room to explore here. A little bit more about this course in particular is that for many of you, this is the third class you've taken, and I want you to think right away how this course will be very different from other courses you've taken as a student. I want to point out, for instance, that you will not be writing essays in this class. You'll be writing reports. Reports look very different than essays, and we'll talk a lot about what that means. In addition, the writing style might be very different from what you're used to in more academic settings or in more creative settings. It doesn't mean that those skills won't be useful or relevant here, but you'll find that the style differs, and that there's other ways that the writing is different that you'll have a chance to pay attention to and explore throughout the semester. So a brief overview of the Blackboard page. If you look over here on your left-hand side, you'll see this tab, and the landing page here is the announcements, and this is where you'll find the latest thing that I've sent you. I will post things here, but I'll also have it email it to you. But if you can't find your email for some reason, the announcements will be here right off the bat. In addition, a little faculty information. This is where there's a photo of me and a little bit more information about who I am, just so you know who, again, is talking to you and emailing you and sending you all kinds of stuff. Important tab here, of course, is the syllabus and schedule. Here you'll find the overview for the entire course, the course policies, my approach to evaluation, do I accept late work, all of that information, of course, is in the syllabi that I've provided for you here. In addition, there's a separate course schedule file. You can download this document and see the entire course throughout the entire course schedule for the whole semester, and what's due when, etc. So if you want to plan ahead, you can take a look at that and see when the major assignments will be due and what the major assignments are, as well as the minor assignments. You have two versions of a syllabus. One's a text and one's a visual syllabus. And I like to do this because I think that it demonstrates the power of technical communication. Technical communication isn't just one thing, and visuals are very much a part of communication that you probably haven't had a chance to explore yet as a student or as a writer. And so here you'll see this very visual, accessible syllabus. Accessibility and usability are both themes of technical communication that we will touch on throughout the entire semester. As a side note to that, if there are accessibility concerns for you as a student in this class, please email me separately and we can discuss what I can do to help you be successful in the class in terms of accommodations. If you're looking at this visual syllabus and you're like, yeah, that's nice, but I want something more traditional, the text syllabus will be for you. I'd recommend taking a look at both of them and deciding which you like and want to use, and making sure that you're conscious that both have important information that you might want to at least review once before you settle on which one you want to use fully. In addition, I have these email guidelines. When I talk to employers, they talk a lot about how students don't seem to know how to email them appropriately or professionally, and this is often because emails are conflated with text messages. So I have provided email guidelines here. I'd like you to read over these, and in fact your first assignment will ask you to apply these guidelines when you send me a professional email that gives me an introduction to who you are and your goals for the class. With emails, you want to follow these guidelines anytime you email me or any of your other instructors here at Boise State, as well as other professional contacts. I will give you one chance essentially to send me an unprofessional email. After that point, you will get a warning and I'll point you back to these guidelines. If you continue to email me unprofessionally, you might find that I don't reply to you or I keep warning you instead of really helping you with the question you have. So be sure to follow these guidelines. They are a good habit to be in, and this is what I expect when you correspond with me throughout the semester. So the third thing that I want to touch on is that how this course works in terms of structure. It is not a self-paced course. That means you can't jump ahead, you can't bolt forward several weeks, but you also can't save it all until the very end of the semester to complete. You have expectations for each week. Assignments will be due by midnight Thursdays or 11:59 p.m. Thursday and Sundays, and this is Mountain Time. So if you're not in Mountain Time for whatever submission, keep that in mind as well. So each week, if you navigate over to the weekly modules, you'll see a folder that has the week we're on and what will be due. And each week on Sunday morning, you'll see a new module pop up so that you can get a jump on the week ahead on the Sunday of each week, but you won't be able to bolt far ahead or get way ahead just because I don't want you to jump forward too much. I want you to pace with the rest of the class. In addition, over here is the major assignments for the class. Now this is open for you to see all semester, so you can take a look at what the major assignments are for the course and look ahead in that regard. Going back to the weekly modules, if you click into week 1, you will see an overview for the week, which has a list of what's due and what the readings are, the objectives for the week, what we're going to accomplish, as well as these weekly assignments and additional resources. The additional resources are completely for your information. They're not required that you read them, but it will be a place that I'll pop extra information about a topic that we're discussing or resources to help for if students have questions about a particular idea or something they want to explore in more detail. So I recommend that you take a look at those at least and see if there's anything useful for you in there. The other folder, however, is these weekly assignments folder, and this will tell you essentially what is due, how to accomplish it, what it'll be worth in terms of points, and how to submit it. So you can see here that unlike all the other weeks, this first week does have an assignment due on Tuesday because I want you to get started on the class and have an initial contact with me. And it's that introductory email assignment. You can see the details here. And then as you scroll through, you can see that there are other assignments. Another component of this class is discussion board participation. And each week on Thursday you will post an initial post, and then by Sunday you will reply to at least 2 of your classmates' posts, not just saying, oh, I agree, but extending the conversation about the given topic. So you can see this link here, as well as these other activities. So there'll be a separate video about the e-portfolio, and I just want to bring that to your attention, is something else we'll be working with all semester. The last thing I want to touch on is the course activity for the week, which is this introductory activity. Essentially, if you download this file, there'll be a series of questions for you to answer, as well as some demographic data I'd like you to provide me. And here I just essentially ask you to go through the questions. It's a way of exploring the course site with some goals in mind, and to read over the materials and to answer a few questions for me for your first introductory activity. And this will be due by the end of the week as well. So that's it. Welcome to Technical Communication. I'm really excited to work with you this semester, and I look forward to helping you understand technical writing in a more particular way and working with your goals.